Hi, I'm Dr. David. I want to talk to you about sleep and how that is related to or connected to disorders, brain disorders like Alzheimer's disease, dementia, strokes, and so on and so forth. Sleep, or poor sleep, I should say, is becoming a quote unquote rising star in the whole thing with brain disorders. And it's easy to understand that because sleep, it is during sleep that your brain cleans itself up, that your brain consolidates memories, your brain does a lot of repair and regeneration. As a matter of fact, there are scientists, neuroscientists are saying that the brain is almost just as active as during sleep as it is during normal activities during the day when you're fully awake. So I think that's really, really interesting. Anyway, the bottom line is that you've got to make your sleep count. The ideal is 7 to 8 hours a day. And I understand some people just can't do that. Some people are on night shifts. So they work during the night, sleep during the day. That is a problem. That is a big problem. The WHO is classifying that as a risk factor for cancer and other chronic diseases. So you've got to compensate for that problem. And we'll talk about that probably in other videos. But the point being is that you have to, no matter how much sleep you have, whether it's 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. I heard The Rock talk about he only sleeps 4 hours a day. I don't know how he's doing it. But you've got to make those hours count. You've got to maximize them, especially if you are sleeping for just a few hours a day. So here are some of my points that I want to throw out to you, and I hope you will take it to heart. Number one, they call it sleep hygiene for a good reason. It seems to be, and I practice a lot, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, and flossing before you go to bed is key. You find out that you wake up a lot sharper, a lot more alert, and you feel less groggy when you wake up in the morning if you've done all that before you go to bed. So proper taking care of yourself before going to bed is very, very, very helpful. The other thing is that for the teeth, you brush your teeth before you go to bed. That's probably the most important time of the day to brush your teeth. The most important, because all that gunk, all that junk you've been putting in your mouth, a lot of that it's stuck between the teeth and then between the teeth and the gums, and it's going to ferment, it's going to get bad, it's going to turn rancid, it's going to turn off. I mean, that's why one of the reasons why your mouth smells in the morning, because all that food that's been stuck there during the night is just worked on by the bacteria and it becomes pretty smelly, pretty bad. So you want to brush the teeth. And as we've said in other videos, the teeth, gum health is one of the keys to Alzheimer's disease. They're finding out that there are certain kinds of bacteria that get into the bloodstream and cause problems in the brain. So it just makes sense to keep your brain as clean. It makes sense to keep your teeth and your gums as healthy as possible before you go to bed. That's one. Number two, and I do this a lot, your good bacteria in your guts need to be fed as well. Many times we just don't do that. So I take a fiber supplement, psyllium husk. I've searched along for all over the place, and I found one that really works for me. So I take psyllium husk. I add to it a powder. It's got fermented foods in it. So all these nice superfoods all fermented in a powder. I add a scoop of that to my psyllium husk, and I add vitamin C. I found this out. Taking 1 gram or 2 grams of vitamin C before going to bed is absolutely fantastic. I found that I wake up more alert in the morning. I feel more alive. Vitamin C is super important for the brain. It acts as an antioxidant. It acts as an anti-inflammatory. It also acts as in the production of serotonin. It's a key factor in the production of serotonin, which is good for sleep, as you well know. So you want to take vitamin C. I do, like I said, I take vitamin C, psyllium husk, and the fermented foods. I also add vitamin D because you can't go wrong with vitamin D. My cousin in Nigeria, he was kidnapped, and long story short, we were able to get him out. We paid the fine, we paid the ransom notice and all that. But as was to be expected, he had nightmares, ongoing nightmares for several weeks after that. And silly me, I didn't think about giving him this. But when we started putting him on vitamin D, he found he was able to sleep a lot better. He was more rested when he woke up in the morning. So vitamin D is super important. It's for sleep as well as for a lot of other things. All right, number 3, it's important that you have a face mask. I'm not talking about the COVID-19 face mask. I'm talking about the mask to cover your eyes, because darkness is so important. Remember, melatonin is only secreted when there's darkness. So even if there's light everywhere, so your TV should be off. If you can't control your environment, then it's best to buy a face mask. These are really cheap, and they give the illusion that you're sleeping in darkness, and that gives the brain the chance to produce, or the pineal gland the chance to produce melatonin, which helps the brain repair and recover. It's a very powerful antioxidant. So it's not just for sleep, but it helps in the repair and the recovery of the brain. If you're always sleeping in front of the TV, if you're falling asleep while the TV is on, if there's a lot of light around you, a lot of noise, you're not giving yourself that chance. And it's going to come back and bite you in the future. This is an easy fix. Just get a face mask, cover your eyes, make sure you sleep in darkness. Back to the hygiene thing too. You want to sleep on clean bed sheets, bedspreads, clean pillowcase. All those things factor into the whole thing with sleep hygiene. You want to remove noise, and so sound is not a good thing. Maybe nice melodious tone. Sometimes I play the Bible to myself going to sleep, or I play a nice soothing music. But you don't want to have like heavy metal kind of thing, noise in the background. You just don't want that. And then you want to remove clutter. So when you're going to bed, you need to go to bed in a nice, orderly room. Again, that goes back to the whole sleep hygiene. And it's so important that your mind goes to rest knowing that things are, at least having the impression that things are in order. It helps you sleep better. And to add to that, let's speak about the mind a little bit. Thinking about your following day, praying about it, having good imagery, and thinking, okay, this is what my perfect day is going to look like if I'm going to go for a meeting. This is what the outcome. This is the ideal outcome, the optimal outcome. All of those positive thoughts will be super important in your getting out there, waking up the next morning ready to, get up and go attack the day. So those are my thoughts on sleep. We'll talk about them more probably when we're talking about Alzheimer's disease and other things, but sleep is so important. You need to take advantage of this wonderful tool that God has, or nature has provided you with. You need to take advantage of it. And this is such an easy win that it would be a shame for you not to take advantage of it. So enough of my spiel. I hope you take notes, and I hope you act on these notes. God bless. Take care. Bye.